YouTube, this is Art. I wanted to talk today about something I've been thinking about a lot about lately, and that's firearm safety, and especially when it comes to firearm safety in the home. And the reason it's been on my mind is I have young kids. I have two kids. One's 3, and one's a year old, or just about to be a year old. And I've been thinking a lot because I carry a gun with me all the time as long as I'm not at work, because I can't carry a gun at work. Legally, I'm not allowed to. So I worry what would happen if my children got a hold of my gun or my wife's gun or any other firearm that is in the house. We have several. And what I've started doing is every time I have an interaction with my firearm where my daughter is around, I will clear my firearm and I will let her handle it. Very controlled. I'm right there within half an arm's reach, oftentimes holding the firearm while she is holding it, and walking her through the safety of the firearm. I show her the importance of making sure that the firearm is clear, making sure that she's always pointing the firearm in a safe direction, whether that be into the floor or into a wall that is not going to be pointing at somebody on another side of the wall, anything like that. Also, I make sure that she knows to keep her finger off the trigger at all times. Right now, she's not strong enough to pull the trigger on my handguns, but that won't be the case for long. So I always make sure that she knows to be safe while handling the firearm. On the same hand, I make sure to instruct her on what to do if she finds a firearm inside of the home that we have left laying around. Now, that could be because we forgot that we had set it down on a surface, that we took it off, or that she gained access to where we store our firearms. Any number of reasons she could come across a potentially loaded firearm. So what I have trained her to do, and what I remind her every time that I allow her to have an interaction with my firearms, is I remind her what she is supposed to do if she finds one. And I've instructed her to come tell me, my wife, or her uncle, my brother, who's living with us at the time, to come tell us and show us where the firearm is and not to touch it. She's to leave it alone, not touch it, come and get us. Because that's something that needs to be addressed. We need to make sure that our firearms are put up, whether that is on our body or at minimum outside of arm's reach of the children. Now, they're under 3 feet tall, so on top of the refrigerator, in an upper cabinet, those are all safe locations for us. Won't be for long, but that's a year or two down the road. So right now, she can't access those locations. So we need to make sure they're up where she can't get them, or they're put away in a safe location on our body or in a locked case if we're not accessing it frequently. And I will try about once a week to have an interaction with my daughter and a firearm. And my goal with that is to demystify a firearm. I see all the time, I use a lot of tools. My daughter has, because of that, developed a fascination with tools. If there's a screwdriver laying out where she can get it, she tries to take batteries out of the toys. She tries to use that as she sees me use it, as a screwdriver. And I don't want that same type of mentality to be with a firearm. So if she sees me use a firearm, I know she's going to want to at least play with it. So what I do is I let her have interactions with a firearm in a safe, controlled manner that I control the situation, I control the safety aspect of it, and I can demystify it and make it so that it's a boring tool for her. It's a device that she knows, okay, I don't touch this, I know what it is, I know what it does, but I leave it alone. I don't play with it. And that's a really important thing for kids to know. Because otherwise you have accidents where, like a couple months or a year ago, a child got a hold of his mother's handgun while she was on a Zoom call for work. This child was playing with it and shot and killed his mother. Completely unintentional. But now that child will grow up without a mother. And I believe it was a single mother, so he's now growing up with no parents. I don't want that to happen to my family. I don't want it to happen to a family of anybody that I know. And we all need to take personal responsibility for this, because nobody else is going to teach this to our children. We need to teach our children how to be safe with firearms, and then we need to take personal responsibility to ensure that they're not going to be able to access our firearms unless it is a controlled situation where we control it and we're able to ensure safety. So this has just been my thought for today. Everybody be safe out there. Enjoy your firearms. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you.